Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so in about, oh, I don't know, 12 hours, it's like 15 hours time, we should be getting new end of month news, and I'm going to be doing my predictions on who I think it'll be, and maybe I'll throw in like what I kind of want their killers to be, or what I want them to do at the end, but yeah, so as you can see, this is already one of my guesses. But the main thing, I'm basically going to be going over 3 of my picks, like 3 options. And according to a lot of people on Twitter, people really, or not Twitter, on YouTube where I did my community poll, people really want 1,000 Year Blood War. And honestly, that's what I prefer too. I want 1,000 Year Blood War. I know people want seasonal, they want premium, they want something easy to skip. I'm not going to lie, there's been so many banners that you can easily skip. I don't know why people are summoning so much, I'm not going to lie. Like, there's nothing worthy of like eye grabbing to me personally, besides I needed a Halle Bell, I needed a potion farmer. That was the only reason I've summoned this year, realistically, outside of like maybe 5 steps. But yeah, so let's go over my 3 picks. Comment down below who you think it's gonna be. So as you can see, I have these 3 characters. Unfortunately, the 3rd character does not exist for one of mine, so yeah, let's just hop right into it. So this is one of my picks. 1,000 Year Blood War, Gremmy, Kenpachi, and Low Kid Yachiru. I think this would be an absolute hype banner for end of month, since it is technically Golden Week, and in Japan it's a pretty big thing. Dokkan has a Golden Week, maybe Legends does. I know ripped to Blazing, but Blazing used to have this, so keep that in mind. That's mainly why I think that this is going to be a pretty big banner. Kenpachi, insanely hype character. Gremmy is a fairly hype character, and then I don't know who the 3rd one could be. Like, maybe they could do, like, I don't know, maybe Candace, because she does technically attack Kenpachi. I don't want a 2-character banner, so that's why I lumped Yachiru in. Also, it does kind of make sense. Or maybe they add one of the characters that Gremmy's little, like, visionary guy murdered at the very beginning of the episode from 1,000 Year Blood War. I don't remember what his name is. Or maybe they do that character. They use that character as well. That would be... I don't think anybody's ever predicted that. So I think that would actually be a pretty cool pick alongside Gremmy and Kenpachi. But either way, I know that we need these 2. And then whatever 3rd character, I'm not too particular on it. But yeah. Now, in terms of attributes, if I wanted to label each banner differently, personally, I would make Kenny not power. I do think power is needed, so I will say that, but I just don't want another power Kenpachi when our last one was literally power. So that's why I think I'm going to give power to Gremmy. I think it would go still fairly well with him. I don't want the same attributes. We have 3,000 Blood War Heart Ichigos. I would like a bit of variety, so that's why I'm saying power Gremmy, Heart Kenpachi, and then I think Yachiru is also... No, Heart. So Mind Yachiru. I was gonna say power, but I already gave it to Gremmy. So yeah, that's my take. So I would like a Mind Yachiru, because I'm down for another good Mind character. I wouldn't mind it. Get what I did there. A Heart 1,000 Blood War Kenpachi I think would be really cool. I don't think we have a... It's been a while since we've had a Heart Kenpachi, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's around 5th anniversary, I think. The 25% strong attack damage and 10% recharge one that we just recently got resurrected, I think. And then Power Gremmy, I think it would look pretty cool. So yeah, that's just my first initial guess. Moving on to the second one. Alright, and now moving on to the guess number 2. I kind of probably baited some of you, simply because we just don't have Giselle in the game, so that's why I put Nemu. I don't think we're gonna get a Nemu until later on. I wouldn't mind it if we did, but I think that this is probably my 2nd favorite pick. Now, do note that this would be Sunflower Mayuri. I just didn't have a proper PNG of him, so that's why I think it would be the Sunflower Mayuri. I hope. I really don't want it to just be this bland Mayuri, I'm not gonna lie. Either the RGB, like in Season 1, where he like finally puts this on, or Season 2, where he's like all yellow. That's what I would like. Giselle, and then Zombie Bambietta, or 1,000 Blood War Toshiro. Yes, it's an old PNG. That's all I got. Zombie Toshiro I think would be really cool. In the anime episode I saw, he looked really sick. So, I mean, I would not mind it at all. I like this form more than like his regular form, mainly because of how how they portrayed him. And, I mean, the Quincy outfit goes hard on him. I'm not going to like the white grayish ice looks really cool. He's probably the only zombie character that I actually want in the game. Like, Zombie Bambi is cool and all, but like, she doesn't really do anything besides like just have weaker attacks. I don't know. I think just Toshiro just like kind of like completely changed versus Bambi, but I think this would be a really cool banner. Personally, like, so realistically, I would want yet again another mind, power, mind, and a heart character. I mean, actually, I could go tech. Actually, I don't know why I didn't think of tech. I was like, oh well, tech is really good in a really good spot. They're not really, but we just got a mid-month and a end-of-month character technique. So I mean, if I really wanted, I think I would say I would want Toshiro as a technique character. It'd be kind of funny considering we already have a technique Toshiro, so never mind, I take that back. A mind Toshiro, a power Giselle, and a tech Mayuri for 1,000 Blood Order. I mean, you could make her tech or heart. Like, besides tech, it would be either mind or heart. Basically anything but speed. I think anything is good enough for 1,000 Blood War, as long as it's not speed. We do not need any more speed characters at all, but I would love a limit breaker character, obviously, so like either Mayuri, Giselle, doesn't really matter to me. And then a farmer for power. Whoever the power character is, give us a goddamn farmer. I don't want a DPS character, because what does an attribute realistically matter outside of like IT? Literally, like it doesn't matter too much. Like, I guess it helps kind of in Guild Quest, but it's not that big of a deal. It comes down to their killer, which I think there's a few that could definitely get some more love, like Melee Espada, ranged Quincy killer, the one that Macy or Balgo's for, the one that Balgo and that mid-month Toshiro is for, and then there was another one, ranged Soul Reaper, I believe, just because they're kind of lacking. So this is where I'm like, okay, exclude the 1,000 Blood War, obviously. I don't want to edit it out, but end of month, Dangai or Mugetsu Ichigo. I just figured I would do Dangai. It's a bit easier to edit in. And I believe that's the form that actually fought this Monsterizer. I mean, I guess they both kind of did, but you get what I mean. And then I just thought it'd be kind of cool for this white Ichigo, just because, like, I don't know, why not? He's really cool. Some form of white Ichigo. You could do any third character realistically, like maybe Ishin. I think that'd be kind of cool. Maybe Armor Yorolichi. Either way, the main course of this banner would be Monster Aizen finally getting a character, Dangai Ichigo, hopefully getting an SP character that's actually good. Please, I need him in this game, please. This is an end of month banner. I would love for it to be actually hype. This is the only premium banner I would want. Like, genuinely, a canon form character. This is basically all I would want, except if it's like a really hot character like Yorolichi. That's literally the only thing I could want for a premium banner. So whenever people are like, oh, I really want premium banner, I'm like, I could not care less, because I don't think this banner is ever going to come to us. Now, could it? Yes. But I don't know. I just don't see them ever doing this for whatever reason. I don't know why. But Monster Aizen, I think him as a heart character would be insane. Dangai Ichigo, I could see being power, and then this guy literally do whatever. He could be attack, he could be mind, I do not care. I don't really have much thought about this third character, because these are the main two that everybody thinks of. You never think of a third character realistically for this banner. I just think it'd be cool, because I love this form of white. I think it looks really cool. I just don't want him to be mind, to be honest, because we have like the mind, you know, 8th anniversary white, you know. That's the only thing. So I guess tech, make him tech. So yeah, limit breaker character, farmer, like OP farmer, OP power farmer, and then he's just probably gonna be a Guild Quest character most likely. And yeah, now do note there could be a Brave Battle character in here, just because why not? But we did just get Menina, so hopefully we don't get another one until Anniversary Part 2. That's what I'm hoping for, because I don't really want another Brave Battle character for end of month. I honestly wish they would drop them for mid-month and just make them really broken there. But yeah, those are going to be my 3 picks. Let me know down below what you would like. And then I guess I'll go over the killers a bit more, because I didn't really think about them too in depth. But I believe it's exactly what I thought. Melee Espada, ranged Quincy, and then ranged Soul Reaper, if I'm not mistaken. Unless maybe it's Melee Soul Reaper, but I believe Yatru does that. So let's quickly go over there. Alright, so I didn't realize that my screen was completely zoomed in, so I have to redo this entire thing of going over the killers and what I would like. But I guess I kind of got a idea of what we're at. So for here, we're at Soul Reaper Killer. And honestly, I think we just need a new range Soul Reaper Killer. We have Noel, we have 7th anniversary Ichigo, and we have 6th anniversary Aizen. That's realistically all we really have for ranged Soul Reaper. And I think we could use a new one. Not saying that we need one, but I think a new one would be very nice, especially for Nightmare Week. In this GQ, I think Melee is fine. They have Unohana, they have White, they have Ichibei, they have 1000 Unit Blood War, End of Year Ichigo. I think they are fine as is. They have a lot of support, they have multiple options, and that's what you want. I don't need a must-have character. I just think another option would be nice. Like, let's say we only had End of Year Ichigo, and he's absolutely insane. I would still want another option for some people who are just missing him, you know? Or maybe you just don't like his gameplay personally, so maybe another option would be somewhere you want, even if he's just a little bit worse than End of Year Ichigo, you know? As for Captain Killer, I think Melee is completely fine, but this is where I'm saying we should definitely get a better option, or just another option, not a better, just another option to go for. We have Unohana, and that's really about it for Melee. Nothing out here stands out remarkably besides like the Toshiro. I think might be able to do well, you know, just manually using him or just using a Vortex character and just letting him cook. That might work. But in terms of ranged, I would really like a character to out DPS Bambi. I like Bambi and all, but a Max Transcendent Aizen outperforming a Bambietta, unless she's 5 out of 5, is kind of crazy from what I've been told. I only have a 1-5 Bambi, but I've heard people say 3-5 still is slower than a 5-5 Max Transcendent Aizen. That's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. So, Range Captain would be pretty nice to see, especially since it's 1000 Year Blood War. There are a lot of captains fighting, and a lot of captains are being fought, so who knows, maybe we can end up getting a Captain Killer. As for Squad Zero, we have two pretty good Squad Zero characters. We have 1000 Blood War Toshiro, or 1000 Blood War. We have Spirits Are Forever with you, Toshiro, and Yumuchika, 1000 Blood War, both good melee characters. But ranged, we only have Macy and realistically Ikaku. I wouldn't mind a better character or just another option to use, so that way you can use Ikaku as a booster, you can use Macy as a side control character, or just, you know, maybe this character that we get isn't as good as Macy, but we get another very solid option, you know. That would be what we realistically need, instead of just being like, oh, I mean, I guess we have the Sosuke Eisner, I guess we have this character. It'd be kind of nice, but like, yeah, we have this character, we could use her as a side, or that character as a side. They're good, but Macy's just slightly better, you know? So we get Macy, the new unit, and then Ikaku. Now to Hollow, ranged Hollow I think is okay. They have Raruka, they have Shunsui as a booster, they have 8th Anniversary Ichigo, they have Neni, they have Quincy Ichigo, they have Okiora. I wouldn't mind a newer one, to be honest. Just because I don't think Raruka is like as insane. I'm not saying we need one right now, but maybe in the near future. I think they're fine as is, but I don't know how well Raruka does in Nightmare. Maybe someone who actually has her can let me know. I just don't have her, so I can't use her. Kind of curious to see how she actually does. I think Melee is completely fine. They're set. They have Yuha, they have King Du, they have Bruno. They're fine. They are definitely fine. And they even have Yamamoto if you have him max considered, which I know a lot of people do. So, yeah, maybe another ranged Hollow Killer would be pretty good. So that way, you know, you can, like, use multiple characters and then just a booster, you know. Yeah. As for a wrong card, literally, I think Melee is fine. They have Kilgay. I think that's, like, the only one that I would say that is actually... I mean, Uri's also there. He's pretty good. I wouldn't mind another one, though. Realistically, another really good melee character, so if we do get it, that'd be pretty cool. But I think range is way worse, to be honest. We have 7th Anniversary Ichigo. Anyone else below that is kind of whatever, besides like Ruki is a pretty good booster. We have 1000 Blood War Aizen, who's a very good side character as a booster. Mayuri, Lamau, Noitor is a side. Rukia, her SA2 is horrible. No status elements, really long recharge times. And then Rangiku, I just don't like playing with at all. The range of collision attacks aren't very fun. So yeah, I would absolutely love a new ranged Arrancar character. A ranged Arrancar character killer. That'd be really, really nice, to be honest. Because Nightmare is extremely brutal with 7th Anniversary Ichigo, and he's max transcendent. So yeah, that's just all I gotta say there. As for Espada, I think we could go for a new ranged or melee character, to be honest. Bruno is good. I just wish he had the gauge where if he killed someone, then he would end up getting more completion on his gauge. And then Okiura is good, but it's like, I would like a bit more damage output. Like, he's really nice and all, but he was meant to be a nuker like Thousand Roboto Yamamoto. I think they've both kind of like slowly fallen off. Unfortunately, since Very Hard GQ and Nightmare GQ especially has been introduced, they're still very great characters, just that they're falling off. You know, it's almost a year and a half at this point. It makes kind of a lot of sense. So I would absolutely love a ranged or melee Espada character. Either one would be very, very good for the attribute or the affiliation. And either way, even if you still want to use either of these characters, you can just use the newer character as the main DPS, or maybe just as a side if you really wanted to. As for human, dear God, please just drop any new human killers. They all suck. Like, I have Max instead of Balgo. That shit is rough. I hate this character so much. Outside of IT, I never want to use this character in GQ. Like, Soifan's like, okay, Kirya's okay, but none of them are like insane DPSs, you know? Like, people are having to use Tatsuki as a side is crazy to me. Like, that just shows that they need some sort of buff or some sort of love, you know? Human character on anything, melee or range, would be very much appreciated. Alright, now as for Quincy, I think melee is fine. They have Ichibe. I wouldn't mind another one, but I believe end of year Ichigo does fit into here because Stern Ritter and Quincy are usually around the same thing. But either way, a new Quincy killer wouldn't be bad. But I think range needs it. Oh, and they also have Thousand Roboto Yamamoto, so you know that's another character. But mainly for range, we have Balgo and the doggy Toshiro. I would love a new just a new end of month farmer for this, like, or not farmer, but like DPS for this Quincy, or is it Quincy? Yeah, it's Quincy week. Balgo is just horrendous. I'm not gonna lie, I've just given up on him. Toshiro, I don't know. I've heard that he's good, but he definitely isn't as smooth as like a character like Ichibe or, you know, Yuha or anything like that. Obviously, but that's just what I'm like. Would like a character around their level, you know, like Ichibe in GQ is just disgustingly insane. Love him in GQ. But yeah, that's just all I gotta say here. Would love a, you know, human or a Quincy range character. Alright, now as for Stern Ritter, literally just give us a range character. Like, we only have a good melee character, and it's end of year Ichigo. Wouldn't mind another character to slot in here, but at this point, give us a ranged one, you know, give us a ranged one. That would be much more appreciated, so that way we can actually have a character to use in the ranged version, you know. Obviously, I know that a lot of these like mix together, but just going over every single affiliation, you know, that's all I'm doing. As for no affiliation, I think they're all fine. A bit better of a ranged character wouldn't be too bad, because we have Yuha for melee, we have the Byakuya is an SP character, I think. Is he melee? I don't know, but I think he's an okay booster. They have White. They have... Is that it, actually? The only melee, no affiliation? Realistically, I mean, I guess they could use another one. They have Uryu. They have that Ichigo. They have a good booster. I think they're fine. I thought no affiliation was way more stacked. But the Asnot, 8th anniversary Ichigo, and Macy is mainly what you would probably end up using. They're good characters, but as I said before, I wouldn't mind a better character than Macy Lee. I think the characters that dropped from last year should be power equipped at this point for their certain attribute killer, or affiliation killer, you know? Like, it's been a year. I wouldn't mind seeing Macy being replaced, or at least someone along the same caliber as her, you know? Would not mind that at all. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for this video. Let me know down below who you would personally want in a banner, what affiliation, you know, what attribute, etc., etc. Hopefully you enjoy the video. Take care, and peace out.